Hey guys, we're gonna do a battery change on this Invicta Reserve, uh, the DC Comics version of Joker, and it's a really nice make. Has a metal band on it, and a very nice bezel also. It has the Joker face inside of it. Very detailed watch. And I'm just gonna show you the back of it, and let me just undo the band first. So it was good to take the band. You can just push this pin where the band connects. So this pin right here, I'll just pop it with the pin remover, and just make sure that you don't keep your index finger on top of it so that it doesn't pop out and hit you in the face. It has happened to me before. So we'll take the pin out and we just show you the back of it really quick. It's really nice watch, a lot of detail in it. DC Comics, Invicta. It's a Swiss Movement Reserve collection. Chronograph, water resistance of 500, and it's actually it's limited edition, 1080 out of the 4000 made. It's a collector's edition at this point. I've seen a few versions of it, but I think this one's like the nicest one because it has a few colors in it that it's a nice make. Very elevated watch. Look how it just kind of sits up there. Purple bezel, the green inside, and a nice matte black body to it. Very nicely made. Some of the Invictas are actually really nicely made. Depends if you're buying a Swiss edition. I'm gonna make a separate video for that, buying the Japanese movement versus the Swiss movement. Two differences, two different types of mechanisms and how they're constructed. One better than the other, of course, but I'll make another separate video on that. So let's just take a wrench and we'll open the back of it. See how it's from the inside. Alright, I'm just gonna use a different one for it. I'm gonna use this one. Let's see. Okay. I have to be careful. It's a limited edition, so I don't want to scratch it. This opened up pretty good, I think. Yeah, so that's good. Okay. There we go. Okay. The rest I could just use my thumbs, and this would slowly open up. That. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, this should be a let's see. I think I'm trying to see what kind of movement this has. It's definitely Swiss, but I'm gonna add the mechanism information on the mechanism in the description. So look, this metal piece right here is basically what's holding down the battery right here. So there's a screw right here. This is the one that you would need to unscrew take this metal piece out and the battery sits right underneath. So let's get a screwdriver. Let's see what we can do. Okay. You can use one of these flat ones, the really tiny ones, and that will be enough for you to take the screw off. But you have to be very careful because sometimes these screws pop out and you'll lose it and you will not be able to put the battery, because you need this metal piece to kind of hold the battery down. I use a lot of magnetic screws that kind of, you know, help you lift it up without having to lose the screw or the metal piece. So let's just leave that on the side. I'm going to take the battery out. This is a 395. 395. Let's do that. Oops, sorry. 395. We're going to use a Maxwell on this one. It's a very easy install. The only tricky part is this. So I'm gonna leave the screw separately here, and I'm gonna lift this up with this one of these and place it right on top. Make sure it lines up with the hole, and then use this magnet to lift up the screw. Alright, we'll just tighten it up here and then make sure it's all the way down, because if it sticks out a little bit, it can cause the battery to move around. You don't want that. So this right here is the back. Make sure the gasket's all in there. Try to use your thumbs or just your index finger. Sometimes you can use that too, just to kind of tighten, like have it sit right on top first, and try to adjust it. Don't tighten it with the wrench. Just use your hands to just kind of align it on all sides. Make sure the gasket's sitting where it's supposed to sit, and yeah, just make sure it spins. There we go. So it's kind of latching on. Very good. As tight as possible without using the tool. And then you can just use the tool, but don't overdo it because it might just scratch it. I just use as much pressure as possible, pushing it down, and that's tight enough. So now we're going to use that pin that we have here that we removed. I'm going to push it down here, leave it in the hole, and first I'm going to align it with the bottom hole here. So you see this hole right here, these holes, the ones in the band, you can see that right there. I'm going to just put it on the first one, and I'm not going to push it very hard. I'm just going to leave it right on top. And you see this one right here is sticking out a little bit, just a little bit. Look at that. So you can use one of these flat knives, one of these. I mean, these are just fashioned tools we use, but you can just hold it together and just slide it down just a little bit, and it's all the way in. Look at that. And this has a really nice crown to it too, look. So pull out the crown. This is the unscrew crown, so you unscrew it first. Unscrew, set the right date, the time, 50, okay, and then so all the way out is basically time, and one click out is the date. Today is the 23rd or the 24th. 24th. Okay. And then push it in while you screw it. There we go. And that was it. That's how you do the Invicta Reserve Joker Edition DC Comics. I'll enter, I'll put the price in the description and the model number as well. And thanks for watching.